People know us now. People know what to expect. Now we gotta take it to another level.
Look, city till I die, say hi to the bad fella. Hella smooth with the flow, so grab your umbrella. Yeah, we make it rain, bring the pain, things are changing. Power rankings take a spanking, got them rearranging. They said Denise are all stars till we deboed all y'all. Ball of fist and brawl y'all, yeah, we pissed off all y'all. And we thin, but still winning.
Adam will probably, I was gonna say Adam will probably stumble in here soon, but I don't know. Who knows?
One knows.
You are very appropriately dressed. You are not overdressed.
Yeah, we're gonna start off with the very festive Christmas sweater that Alan's rocking. This is the new Detroit City Christmas sweater. Alan, how do you rate it?
It's very comfortable, actually.
Oh, I mean, it looks good. But sometimes, like, sometimes the neck can be a little bit tight, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I went for an extra large, which probably a large would have been good, but the store at the clubhouse had limited supplies. So, yeah, so I just purchased this last night at the owners' meeting. So,
perfect.
Looks sharp on you, man. All right, I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's been great.
It's a great podcast. Thank you.
I just figured that was like a segue into talking about the owners meeting.
No, because first
I
we're
swear
gonna
I'm not drunk yet.
first in keeping with the season, we're gonna go around and say everyone's favorite holiday memory.
Oh yeah.
You know what? This is bullshit because you can't put me on the spot like this and you refuse to provide an agenda.
But I just the thing is, I only just thought of this about 1 minute ago while I was waiting for my computer to log in. So
Creative process at work.
I'll give y'all some time because I have a very easy one that I tell all the time.
pull up a chair, guys.
Perfect.
no.
Now I've got time to figure out
Real
I'm
quick
gonna
story.
need more wine.
Real quick story. So once upon a time, there was a young redhead, scrubby ass little redhead from the west side of Detroit that woke up one morning on Christmas morning, probably in the early 90s, in the corner of Winston and Fargo. Well, I wasn't on the corner, but our house was on the corner, right? You just make that clear. I mean, yeah,
Work in the corner.
not judging,
Okay.
not judging, but hey. And woke up, excited, ran into the living room because I was sure I must have been early. It must have been younger than 10 because I still believed in Santa Claus. Well, I don't know. It's the jury's still out whether or not that's fake or not. But so I got to the Christmas tree and there were no presents under the Christmas tree. And I ran to my mother's room. Mom, Santa forgot to stop by our house. And my mom says, very eloquently, oh shit, right? And apparently Santa Claus, when he was coming down the chimney, fell all the way through to the basement where all the presents were still in the basement. So long story short, my mom enjoyed some eggnog with things in it when she wrapped presents. And the funny thing was, I didn't realize it, but I was actually helping wrap my own presents because she would put them in random boxes. And we wrapped up all the presents and she forgot to put them under the tree. And I was told that Santa's fat ass fell through the chimney to the basement, and that's why they weren't here.
Very believable.
That's heartwarming.
Yeah. Times. Just times. It was fun. It was fun. Fun times.
All right.
Jam, have you thought of an amusing holiday anecdote now that
I mean,
Red's gotten us
it was actually more like yearly tradition. So I am not from the Midwest. Yeah. So things are different in my part of the country. Or maybe just Who knows? Because the verdict, like, we're still waiting. Is Santa real? No one knows. As a kid, instead of leaving like the traditional like cookies and milk for Santa, our Santa in Arizona prefers Corona with lime and chips and salsa.
Hmm.
So that is what we left for Arizona Santa every year. And that was like it was always our favorite thing. And we were always the only kids at school. Like everybody else was like milk and cookies for Santa. And I was always confused because we never left milk and cookies for Santa.
Just
It was
wait for
always
Santa to
chips and a
roll up
beer.
in the pickup truck, beat up pickup truck.
I think in
So
honor
yeah,
of
that's
multiculturalism, I might try this with my daughter. I'm gonna suggest that she might put that out and see what Santa rolls with.
Yeah.
Or a
yeah,
bottle
I mean, you
bottle
gotta
of
think so. The guy's gotta
Woodford
get tired
Reserve
of
or something.
all
Yeah.
that milk and cookies. Like, especially, I mean, shit, back in the day, like, we didn't have all these fancy, like, oat milks and soy milks. Like, that's a lot of whole milk for one man to drink in a night. More people should leave out a light, refreshing beer for Santa.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, Santa actually came here last night, and I had my daughter came here, and she got to open up one of the presents because Santa came early to drop off a few presents. Like he sometimes he'll drop off a few presents early, and we were having that conversation, and apparently Santa the same gift wrap that Santa had wrapped the presents in, or the elves had, they left on the floor in the living room. Well, my
Ah,
daughter actually thought that I wrapped them, but so I don't know what's going on with that.
Fat man's already slacking.
yeah.
Must have hit up Arizona already.
Alan, so to bless
Let's
us with a
see.
Christmas tale.
Okay, I've got one. My father and his brother, my uncle, like to have a contest every Christmas. We had a fairly small family. It was just me and my brother. My uncle had a little bit larger family. Their contest was to buy at least one annoying gift for the other person's child. And one
That's how you
Christmas,
got a drum
my
set.
father bought my nephew a drum set, and then the
Whoa!
contest was over. That was it.
I mean, that's a pretty
It-
big investment, like for a joke. You know what I
oh
mean?
well, it was dropping the hammer on this,
Yeah.
and yeah, so it was fun while it lasted. As a kid, you don't realize these things, but later you hear the stories. So
Oh, man.
I got some great examples of parenting from my relatives. That's why I'm not. That's why I'm never going to be a parent.
Dude, same. What about you?
Jaime,
Can you tell us your Christmas tale?
I don't really have. I don't have anything really good. I do have one memory though of. I don't know how old I would have been. Maybe like first grade, something like that. First grade, kindergarten, second grade, maybe. Uh, I remember, the presents were all under the tree, and you open up the card to Jaime from Santa, and I remember stopping, and I was like, man, Santa Claus's handwriting is almost identical to my mom's. And so I confronted her that night after all my younger siblings went to bed. I was like, "You're Santa Claus, aren't you?" And she, was very, taken aback and uh, denied it. And I held up the Christmas card, and then I'd found something else that she'd written, like a note to the school or something. I was like, "You can't deny this." She's like, "Oh, all right, I am Santa." And because I always thought Santa was a bit of fraud, and I felt really vindicated that night. So
See, at least you had an honest mother because when I did a similar thing, I was just told we fill out the tags because Santa doesn't have time.
Oh,
Like
wow.
great excuse.
Yeah.
That's
It's
good one.
probably my mom just wasn't thinking on her feet, you know what I mean? She
Yeah,
just got
gotta be fast with
all
kids.
frazzled, you know?
She wasn't expecting such hard-hitting investigation.
Exactly.
I have evidence.
All right, well, let's it's been a
So
while
happy
since we
holidays, everyone. Drive
happy
safely.
holidays. Yeah,
Yes.
keep yourselves safe. Um,
It's about to
but it's
get
been a big
icy as fuck outside.
It's gonna be
yeah.
bad tomorrow.
Because you know what's really great is when it drops below freezing right after we get all this rain.
I didn't realize the temperature was supposed to drop this far tonight. I thought it was supposed to be kind of like in that like
It's
36
supposed
range,
to,
but
like, a look, when I looked overnight, it's supposed to drop down to like 20s.
25 or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
not good.
Don't go anywhere tomorrow.
Getting home.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's been a minute. We're back. We're ready to discuss all of the comings and goings and happenings around Detroit City Football Club. I guess let's get stuck in. The big news from last night. Uh, Daniele Dicchio renewed for 2 years, 2-year contract extension plus a third-year option. I don't remember if that option was for him or for the club.
I
Unclear.
posed. What's that?
I said unclear at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I posed the question in the chat. I was watching online and it was conveniently skipped over.
How dare they?
How strange.
Happens.
So yeah, I mean, it's been a wide range of emotions and reactions and hot takes and I don't know, I can't think of any other adjectives. But let's take the let's get a barometer in the room. How's everybody feeling? Danny Dicchio back for 2026. We thought he was off to Pittsburgh. He said no. Detroit's where I want to be. Can never take
Stop
me out of the
returning
D.
his calls.
It's certainly a choice. Decisions were
Um,
made. Are we in the fuck around stage or the find out stage? Like, I'm not really sure.
That's the question.
yes, correct.
If we only knew.
Anyone want to lead off with their hottest double D take?
I mean,
I'll take that as a yes,
there are
Alan.
definitely
I'll take that as a yes,
other
Alan.
double Ds.
Yeah, okay. Different kind. So obviously it was the expected news. So at the owners meeting when Alex kind of unveiled the news, there was not a lot of reaction in the room. So you can take that however you
Was
like.
Dicchio there?
No,
No.
and it was explained why he wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
Because he was in Atlanta finishing up his pro license,
Oh, yes.
his pro license course. So he is supposed to be at the January meeting, which is going to be focused on the squad.
Bring your pitchforks, friends.
So you get a chance.
This is your
I hope they
chance.
set up the dunk tank because I think people will line up for that. So
I'd pay $5 for that.
How many
So-
balls do you think $5 would get you?
oh,
Like three,
I only
maybe?
need one.
Ooh. All right.
so the bigger, I mean, it would be a bigger surprise if some other name was announced.
100%.
So people shouldn't be that surprised. Now you can dissect that whole situation and question whether it was appropriate to renew this coach or not. and people are sharing those opinions as we speak.
Really?
On
I haven't
every
heard anything.
possible forum.
I feel like it's been crickets.
Yeah. Uh, so I mean I'm not like furious about it, but
But are you thrilled?
I would not call myself thrilled. So I'm firmly in the it is what it is camp. I don't feel like expending a lot of rage on this makes much difference. So, we're hearing a lot of venting going on, but
Yeah.
whatever. Uh, we're moving on to the next important question, which is who's going to be on the squad. And as we will discuss shortly, there were some new signings, kind of out of the blue. Because really, the only thing that we talked about at the meeting, because it was basically pushed off. You're going to hear about the squad later and stuff like that, but that there were some specific questions about the specific players, like are they coming back or not? And the answer was, we're in negotiations. We want to bring them back, and it's kind of the process is working on those.
Yeah.
So that's when they said they were going to announce some players today. I thought it was going to be one of the players that we're kind of expecting.
Did they mention specifics, Alan, specific players, or was it just kind of a general statement?
Kobe, Zidane,
Yeah, those are the two big ones.
And who was the third one?
Oh,
Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams, yeah. So it sounds like that's going to happen, but it's just doing its thing. But there was no indication that they're not coming back. So that's good. And that was enough of an answer to satisfy people. So
yeah.
But there wasn't any information about the two cats that signed today. So we can talk about that. But yeah, there was talk about making sure that the full technical staff is in place for this season. So that really means an assistant coach. So as we know, Dasovich left.
Danny sacked
Right,
his
and then
son?
like Dunwell was kind of the interim guy, right?
He was the interim guy, and he's still going to be on the technical staff. But he's
I was going to say, was there
not
any
going to be
indication
the-
of his involvement?
he's going to be. I mean, he's going to be probably in the same position as he was last season, running the second team.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of the two team, it looks like they're going to be in UPSL next season. I guess that's kind of expected. They were talking about USL 2, but kind of reading through the Alex speak, sounds like it was too expensive. So
Can we just go back to USL 2, like the men's first team? Is that an option?
that would be a much bigger
Because if
discussion.
that's an option, I am more confident in the double D situation.
That would be some relief on the budget side for sure. I don't know that we need a brand new stadium for that though.
That's the old bait and switch.
Yeah.
We're going back to
It would be a fancy USL2 stadium.
Let's go back to being the big fish in the small pond.
So what else did he say about that? He said that USL and UPSL seem to be working together now in some capacity. So they're trying to shape that up a little bit. Why, I don't know, because they already have a summer league. But this is just what you hear. So where was I? Oh yeah, technical staff.
Sporting director?
Many qualified candidates have been in discussion with the club. I mean, it's exactly the same thing he said last month. And
Did he use the phrase global search?
he said even people have come to Detroit to talk. So uh, just
Yeah,
a
yeah.
vast number of interested parties, and nothing's ready. They want to find the right person. So
Are they
that's
considering
so that's
are they
kind of like
considering
me finding the right person in my relationships. I've been waiting a long time.
are they
So,
considering non-human candidates?
hey, if Airbud is out there,
I just I just
we'll sign a dog, no problem.
I'd heard
Stephen Miller,
a local celebrity bear had put forth their
Oh,
resume.
there's so
Um,
many. So many local celebrity bears.
with some sick flow.
oh,
I heard they wrapped their interview. Their entire interview was a wrap.
Oh shit, Friendly's a rapper now?
Not friendly.
Is it the Spanky guy?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
It's Mickey the Bear.
Spanky the bear?
Uh,
Thank you, the bear.
he's doing
Who we've
concerts
not
at the
we've
local
not met him
malls and
personally.
stuff.
Yeah, we've not met Spanky personally. We've got no direct
Well, you
Yeah,
can't
I
get
think
close to him
I
because his
met
entourage will
Spanky the
push you
Bear
away.
at like a San Francisco street festival once.
Oh.
Spanky the bear sounds like a mascot for a strip club.
That's a great idea,
I
actually.
That
mean,
is. Could you imagine
should
driving down 8 Mile and there's like a perverted bear like, ooh.
I think you should write. I think you should
$25 strip steaks.
jot that down in your book of ideas.
There you go. There you go.
When this podcast goes tits up, we've got a business idea, guys.
Yeah, we got a backup plan. Yeah.
Now, Alan,
Uh,
I got a question.
oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, Jaime.
Oh no, go.
Alan, now, because I was in the meeting remotely, watching slash listening, had some other things going on as well. So sometimes I was a little bit in and out. But one of the things that did seem to be maybe affirming, because I kind of suspected this from conversations that I've had, that Alex, when he was talking about the search for the sporting director, and maybe he said this before. I don't recall that he did, but he did talk about us taking what would be considered a non-traditional route in hiring the sporting director,
Yes, he
in
did say
that
that.
they were looking to hire a sporting director that would align with Danny's vision, which I thought was interesting, because when you hear some of the chatter amongst the supporter base, a lot of the comments that I will see is, how can we even announce a head coach or general manager if we haven't announced a sporting director? Because
Thank you.
the assumption would be, right, that, and I think I asked this question to you all because just out of ignorance, I didn't know how it worked in the sporting world with this, that, like, you would think the hierarchy, right? That there would be a sporting director that would basically set the vision at the mercy of the board to a certain extent, right? And then from there would hire the appropriate coach and technical staff, obviously collaboratively with the coach, but ultimately you would think, or the presumption might be that the sporting director is leading the ship. Based off of what Alex said to let me rephrase that. Based off of how I read what Alex said, was that it was actually a little bit more down, bottom up, at least from the head coach position. It gave me the impression that actually Danny specifically might be playing more of a role, and his vision might be center to who they're going to bring on board as a sporting director, which which again, for me, not really knowing, right, then raises the question again: what happened to Trevor? You know what I mean? And where are these unanswered questions, you know what I mean, related to that? You know what I mean? And does that have something to do with why they, because we never really got a straight answer about that. We were told that it wasn't performance related, and so I don't know. I don't know how deep we want to get into the mud with that. You know what I mean? But it's going to come back to the same thing because there's a lot of unanswered questions there, right?
They're defining this role in a particular way, and it's not the way that you would typically define a supporting director. So it could be that what they're looking for is not really a sporting director.
Then,
So
like, why waste the money? Like, if you're just gonna give all the fucking
exactly,
keys to this castle to this one fucking guy,
yeah,
like,
Well,
yeah.
why give us this jerk off
So
answer?
yeah, and initially we didn't have a sporting director. I mean, Trevor took both roles,
Right.
but it was a lot of work, and it was heavy load on Trevor. Then, for whatever reason, whatever happened at the club, you know, those roles were split, and I mean, clearly, it's not intended to play the same role that a sporting director would play in most cases. Now, in a lot of clubs, they don't use sporting directors. The head coach is the manager, and that's common. So I think I'm
I think
left
there's
with
two. There's different. There's
with the
different models of
questions.
sporting director too, though.
There's
Oh,
all
you
kinds of
heard?
ways to go
You know what
this.
I mean? Like it's not. So I think a lot of people here, in particular, associate it almost like a one for one with like what a traditional American sports general manager would be.
Right.
And that's not always. That's at least in my experience. That's not always the case. Like sometimes it's really just the dude who goes and finds the players who
Yeah.
the manager want, or the manager's got an idea of what he wants to do on the field, and the sporting director's like, okay, well, give me a profile. Like, we need a right back. Okay, what kind of right back do you want? You want an athletic guy that gets up and down the field, or do you want a guy who's like good in possession? And they say, oh, I want an athletic guy. And so then they say, okay, well, this is our financial means. We could go after like this guy or this guy or this guy, right? It's it's not necessarily like about because I think like in American sports, like it is usually the general manager gets hired, then he brings in the head coach, and like his future, like his success is kind of based on how the head coach does, right? So that's why that is like you always
Or
hire
almost like in tandem.
yeah, and I
Like
think
when you
that's
fire
why
a head coach, often the sporting director gets the boot
right,
too.
yeah, exactly,
So it's like a just like a sporting department.
yeah. But there's lots of
And
variations. Like I mean, I don't know what
yeah,
kind of
so I,
model
I, I
exactly they're
don't
trying
know.
to
And I
define.
think that it's perfectly understandable that people want to know more about what particularly looking to do here. They've been looking
Right.
for months,
Yeah. Well,
and it could be that they're asking for something so specific that they're just not getting a lot of bites because obviously that they're not closing the deal with anybody.
It could just be that people don't
well,
want to fucking be here.
Well, I mean,
well,
there's that's certainly possible. Could be that when they
Been
hear
awfully
what the
cold the
role
last 2 weeks.
is going to be, it's like, well, you're going to just have me on the phone calling college kids,
Right.
Or dealing
and
with agents. Like some people don't
or
want to do
dealing
that
with
kind of.
agents, or that
Yeah.
it's more of a like a technical staff position and not like a leadership position.
right.
And if you're a general manager at a pro club, wherever you're or a sporting director at a pro club, that's a certain level. And if we're not really talking that, we're talking something more specific and more technical,
Right.
then yeah, I mean, you may be asking the wrong people, to be candidates when you should be looking at a different set of people who are doing something very specific.
Though I guess one of the things that it can be a bit confusing is that. So here's the thing, right? The idea that like the sporting director would be hired to carry out the mission of the head coach, that in and of itself, I don't necessarily have a problem with, right? Because I don't think that we necessarily have to have a hierarchical structure, tradition, So that I don't have a problem with. I guess maybe the confusion is that and again, going back to Trevor, is that he was said to be promoted to the sporting director. And
Yeah.
so that's and so like
I think
where
the
was the
correct
shift
term is FOMOed.
Yeah,
if
I don't think
that's a
that I think that was just
promotion.
the language. I just think that was the language at the
Well,
time to say
I
like
think they said that he was going to have his portfolio was going to cover all of the sporting activities, including the kids, the youth teams,
yeah.
and oversee the women's team. He wasn't going to do the technical stuff, but uh, so at least at that point, they did see it as more of a strategic position. So at least that's how they structured that for Trevor. It seems like they're structuring it different for who they want to bring in.
Yeah.
I think it's time for them to kind of fess up about what they're looking for. They're not looking for somebody who's going to stand over Danny's shoulder. I mean, that's clearly not what they're doing to do. So, what is this person
Correct.
going to do? Uh, or if it's going to be so limited, then why bring on a new person at all?
Right.
Hmm.
But it does sound like it's going to be focused on recruitment, or at
Like you
least
could
like
literally
staying
buy
in touch
another
with
player with
players
that
and
kind of money.
agents and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it's like okay, if you
Hey,
bring in somebody, you're going to spend
I don't
$50,000, $60,000 that could be spent somewhere else.
I don't want to spread wild rumors, but
We
very
love rumors
famous
here.
a famous Spanish sporting director, Monchi, just left Aston Villa this fall. So I'm just not saying Monchi to Detroit, but come
You're
on,
not saying it.
Yeah.
I'm
It
not
seems
not
like
saying it.
all the places, all the cards are falling in place
Checks all
now.
the boxes. Checks all the boxes, man.
I'd like him. I'd like to see him at the club just so I can say Munchie more.
Yes, he would probably appreciate that butchering of his.
Always turn around and like correct people.
It's very brandable. There's a lot of creative things where you
Not
can go with it.
munchy, it's moonshit.
They
Munchie,
see Alan's got the
Munchie.
pronunciation.
Munchie.
Garrett, what's up?
Hey.
I don't know. Wait. So
We're
y'all were
talking we're
talking.
talking about the renewal of Danny's contract right now, and then
Y'all,
some other stuff discussed at the owners meeting.
Alan talked about it's time for the club to fess up. About what? The fact that they had a CFO and that CFO is gone and they still really haven't talked about that.
Oh
The
boy.
the fact that
Hot takes.
um, we're 7 months, 5 months in since Trevor and Tiffany have been let go,
Well,
and
to
we're about.
correct you though, Garrett, the CFO situation was brought up at the owners meeting, but there wasn't a lot of detail, and it was like an awkward kind of brush off with that.
And then so
Unanswered
and then
questions.
and then someone mysteriously started choking on a chicken wing, and there was like all this chaos and
So
Well,
dare you say it was a
look at
so
the
dare you
time.
say
I
it was
gotta go.
that was the experience of a canceled transaction.
All I know is in the middle of the discussion, Alex quickly held up a sweater and go, "Did you see our Christmas sweater?"
I ran
And
to the
Alan
store
bought
for
it.
that one.
So
see,
clearly it fucking worked.
perfect
Uh,
marketing. Yeah, exactly.
so Dana Yikio's back. The club is
Correct.
clearly based on the statement by David Dwayhe in that press release. I didn't check out the owners meeting. I don't have the energy or spirit right now to commit. I don't know how long that owners meeting would have been on Red. I salute you for checking it out on Zoom. Alan, I salute you for being in person to that.
Well,
But
that's one thing that they're always very punctual on. It starts on time and it ends within an hour. Like that does not go over. You can trust that.
um, so I'll say based off of the glow for Danny by Dave Dwayhe. I'm not going to use some of the other words that we've seen some people refer to it as, but since we're the holidays, we're a week away from Christmas. So, like, lighting a Christmas tree worth of praise for him. It seems like the club they've made their choice well and far known
Yeah.
that Trevor James was promoted for less 2 years ago for a dare we say, more points in the situation. And I know Adam had a graphic for the majors. The clubs made their choice. So now it is whatever happens, good, bad, and people being unhappy all the way, it's on the club. So
Right.
that's,
Yeah,
I
it is
think
what it
that's,
is.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
what it
it's
is.
always going to be on them, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And they've not ever indicated there was going to be anything different than this.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So
So at least for that to that point, doesn't seem like it's a debate within the club leadership.
now about this sporting director.
Oh
Uh,
boy.
Scroll up, Garrett.
uh, March, which so July technically, but
Go on, Garrett. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say they say March. Let's be honest. When is that actually going to take place?
I think it's probably going to be
The
something that
hiring?
happens right before the season starts.
You think it's going to be before March 14th?
Because I think Danny's pretty much, and then some other folk, like they alluded at the owners' meeting that Dave, and at the previous meeting alluded that some other folks are doing some things that would normally be delegated to the sporting director, but I think it'll be like, yeah, I think it'll probably be right before the season starts because Danny, once the season kicks in,
Yeah.
I don't think
I
we're
mean, it
gonna
very
get
well
one.
could be. It could be an administrative position.
Just hire
I
Dwight
don't
at
think
this
we're gonna
point.
get one. I think
Who's
they're
that?
just gonna
Who's that
scrap
little?
it.
Who's that little Moneyball kid that they hired in the front office?
You're talking about Archer from a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
The intern that put up amazing stat sheets, and then the way he promoted him for the women's game.
Yeah.
Because I think he was
But
Mackey's
isn't he?
intern originally.
Didn't he get hired full time?
Yeah, so he was Mackey's intern that summer, and then Dave realized that he puts up some amazing fucking game preview sheets. So Dwayne, he just was like, all right, I need this kid, and then he got picked up and scouted. So
Yeah. Legend.
yeah, the real, we don't talk about
I
these
literally
city.
have no idea who the fuck you're talking about. Sorry.
No, don't worry. We talk about Detroit city legends sometimes way out of context, but
True.
sometimes we don't refer to the boots on the ground employees of the club that are, especially the ones that have been here for that. Maybe, you know what, some of these legend status should go to you as well. I think Archer's on his way to legend, especially with some of this stuff. Food for thought.
100% agree.
I mean, that's one of the changes is we have employees. We have dozens of employees now. It takes a little bit of a mind shift to think about. We've built out this infrastructure in the club quite a bit. They did talk a lot about ticket sales and stuff like that. But that's the thing is it's a big operation now. So we should see appropriate leadership to manage all of that. And that's where I think we're lacking a little bit right now. You need to have these leadership positions, people who have experience with football clubs. And so that's always been a concern. It was a concern like when we went to USL and staffed up. And maybe instead of getting a sporting director, we should get a general manager who is in charge of the non-playing side.
An office manager that the different departments can connect to each other, because that's, I feel like, it's always been an issue with the off the field
at the sea level, or just below it, and to keep everything going the right way. I don't know. There's not been a lot of discussion about that. It's kind of like it's all, you got they've hired various people. So in certain areas they have done that. They've hired somebody in charge of marketing, and they've hired somebody in charge of the tickets and stuff like that. So
Whoever
Yeah,
is doing social media right now,
Oh
They're
yeah.
killing it.
Yeah.
Oh
Killing
my
it.
gosh.
They clearly brought somebody in who
Like we finally
That
had
has done this
fucking
before.
personality again, y'all.
that should actually be a specific agenda item for us to talk about because that was beautiful that
That
piece that they put
schedule
out.
release
This,
video was
yeah, best ever.
perfection.
I'm really
Best
surprised
ever.
it didn't come up at the meeting. I crossed my mind to like
Well,
find out what's going
he
on.
mentioned it briefly.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't. Well, I sent an email and asked like who was responsible because I wanted to shake their hand. I didn't get a response to that email, and then he brought it up at the owners meeting. But maybe part of the reason he didn't respond. Well, I mean, it still could have been a response, or I don't even know if it's a he, right? Because I sent it to the media
Ooh.
email. That it sounds like it was might have been a team effort, but he did give a nod to the fact that they brought some people on board that are pretty creative, and that he gave a nod to them for putting together that little
Yeah,
piece
there's
because
a
that.
new social media coordinator, and they have
Is
some
that the guy we
designs.
hired from Pittsburgh?
I thought
Or
the
is that
market. I
somebody
thought he
that
was the
else?
marketing. I thought the market. I don't know.
Oh, okay, maybe that.
Yeah.
I
Well, maybe
mean,
it's all tied together, so I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Wearing many hats. All right, let's wrap this Danny DQ extension up.
Yeah,
Just by
let's.
frame, let me frame it just really quickly. If there wasn't this dark, foreboding cloud hovering over because of the whole James's exit, if you just based it on the season of 2024 and the season of 2025, would you be on board with the extension? Yes or no?
I think if I saw a better play on the
Red
field. Oh, sorry, my head.
or Gary? Go, no, go.
I was gonna say, like, if you something massively happened in between 23, 24, like the 24 season and the 25 season, because I believe in 2024 we did more with less. I think like we should have on paper when you go into 25 we had a more technically gifted squad, options, experienced players. But something obviously with that style happens in there. And it could also be too when you look at the departures of the offseason, when you look at Stephen Carroll retiring, Matt Sheldon retiring, Shane Wheat retiring. Um, it might have just been like that, you know, and we see this in football all the time. We see this in sport all the time. Just this big crossing point. I do wonder how 25 could have been had Kobe Hernandez Foster been with the team at the start of the season, which I think was it sounds like it was like an attempt and something happened in the process for that, which is why Kobe wasn't able to join the team until July in that
Name
move.
was a Tez.
Yeah. And it's at Atis Diab who showed the glimpses and everything, but for some odd
Yeah.
reason couldn't crack into the team regularly until June. Um, I think you're giving, like I said, you're giving them this 2-year deal now with an option for a third. Now that he's whatever they're appeasing to him, it seems like one way or another, they're really committed to him. So now it's like, okay, whether it's his staff, whether it's this is a chance for him to form the identity of the players that are on the field. So I don't want to say this is a makeshift prove it year, but I think it is a very, very pivotal year just to see like, okay,
Yeah.
is this going to be closer to 24 or is this going to be closer to 25?
100%. Because on one hand, we have a record-breaking season in 24, and then obviously a 2025 where we underperformed.
Well, we
Big
had
time.
we had a Louisville City like record-breaking season last year
I wouldn't go
because then
that
we
far.
bowed out of the
No.
first round.
I wouldn't go that far. But
We have
No,
a
I mean
habit
what I,
of
what
we
I
have
mean
a
is that we
habit
had
of
a
doing
strong
that.
we had a strong regular season and then we shit the bed in the playoffs. That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
I mean, yes, to some extent.
Well,
But-
in 24, yeah. Yeah.
Alan,
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, what happened with the Jameses raises so many questions. So assuming that just didn't happen, and everybody's in place, um, based on last year's record, I would I would not have a problem keeping the coach. And
Red. Oh, go ahead.
just to wrap that up, it's you can point to some key absences here and there, and yeah, it was a rough patch, but that does happen. Uh,
I mean, we were missing Ben Morris for almost the whole year.
yeah, so
We're
so
missing Ben.
we had
Reese out for so
limitations.
long.
Yeah,
The team,
exactly.
the team slipped for a few weeks with Steven getting that procedure because they had to identify and
Yeah,
find
so
everything
so
from there.
and some of these other guys that we brought in just didn't fill those gaps. Well, now you have a chance. Uh, so this is basically another go around, and I think you can only, you know, I, in the absence of other hard evidence, I'm just going to judge things by the results. So if we have another underperforming season, I'm ready to call for that contract to be terminated. If we perform well, then it was probably the right decision. I think we have to see, but I would not, because just based on what I've heard, I've not seen a lot of concrete evidence. And that's not throwing any shade on anybody who are closer to the situation. I'm just drunk in the stands, so I hear things last. Uh,
Yeah, cheers.
so I'm not saying that anybody's.
There's our soundbite of the evening.
Yeah. So it's I know that there's people who are closer who say there's definitely evidence and there's definitely concerns. But in terms of what's reached me, I'm not seeing it. I'm looking at the squad, reading body language in the squad, and the things I would look for, I'm just not seeing in terms of concerns. So that's it.
Jam. Bring it.
If we're looking at just performance on the field and nothing else, if I were the club, I would probably look for somebody else. But if I couldn't find somebody better, I would be okay sticking with what we've got for one more season. But this is your final chance. If this upcoming season isn't fucking phenomenal, we're cutting heads off. I think
that's fair. I think we're looking for more data
I wouldn't
points,
be
right?
100% sold after this past season because it was meh. If I were the club, I would look. I wouldn't automatically be sold.
Yeah.
On Danny. I would look. If I could find
if Tab Ramos
better,
was available,
I'd get rid of him. What?
If Tab Ramos was available, right? We definitely would go
Yeah, or I don't know, George Yunkai or somebody.
I was going to say, bring a local guy on like George. He can handle it all, even social media.
But yeah, I wouldn't immediately be sold on Danny after last season. If I were the club, I would look. But if I couldn't find somebody better, I'd give him one more year.
What's the Gold Star coach up to?
Which one? When they have Oily?
Because I know that 2 is kind of a standard contract. It's not common to just give somebody a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would have just offered this fucking guy a 1-year contract. But that's just
sure.
One and an option. If you did
this year is absolutely make or break. If we're not looking better mid-season than we did this year, I will be the first person out there calling for heads.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just for reference, you have to look at what's going on with Glasgow and Celtic. Having signed a manager who is just not working out at all, is rumored to be been fired.
4 games
After
played, 4 losses,
4
including to St.
4
Mirren in the
weeks.
League Cup and Dundee United yesterday.
Yeah. So
Maybe we can get that guy to
it
come
could
over.
be worse.
Well, for it not soon.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's a coach that came in with a lot of question marks because he was coming from MLS and originally from the French league, and people didn't feel like he had the pedigree to be in a club like Celtic, and despite the decline in Scottish football, but it has just been a colossal failure so far. So it wasn't that bad last season.
Hey, Jaime, I got a good question to ask everyone after you get Red's take.
All right, Red. Final word on this.
If I'm just judging it on this season,
And last.
well, here's why I would push back on that idea actually. This season, I would give him another chance. I don't think it was horrible, right? I think that we, in the larger scheme of how we've performed since we've been in the USL Championship, we've made the playoffs every year. All right, I think there's something to be said about that. He carried that on. I would probably push back, not probably. I would push back on the idea that we've regressed, but I also think that it's legitimate, to say that. But I would say that we probably just maybe maintained. You could say we regressed from last season, but here's the difference from last season is I don't know that you can judge Danny on his performance last season alone because you had a sporting director in there that built the team at this level and recruited the bulk of the players that were used. Danny.
Well, Trevor recruited most of the squad for 2025 too, right?
Some of them. I mean,
Some of them.
apparently some of the guys that Danny brought in.
But
like
wasn't-
Darren
but
Smith's
what-
a Danny guy.
But okay, so yeah, sorry. So some of the guys that came
It was
in.
a
But what I'm
mix.
saying,
Yeah.
the bulk of the squad that has been retained was brought under the Trevor James regime.
Right. Yeah, but did we for example though we talk about some of the lag of bringing Kobe on board, or if I don't know if it was a lag, right? But Tez getting into playing time, you know what I mean? I've heard rumors that there was an offer on the table to bring him even sooner than what he was.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
for
he was there
cheaper-
from the beginning. He was there from the beginning. He just didn't play.
No, you're talking. Are you talking about Kobe in this case?
maybe.
Yeah, I think you're talking about that.
So I don't know. I think that with Trevor being gone, I don't know. I think that this was the first season to objectively look at Danny. However, to give him credit, he also didn't have that support of a sporting director during this time, right? So I would imagine that if there's any kind of mid-season adjustments that needed to be made, that could be impactful there. So the short of it is this: I would give him another opportunity. I don't think his performance was horrible. Now the areas that I have concerns are again a lot of unanswered questions, a lot of rumors flying around about morale issues and with the players and staff and stuff like that.
I said ignore the dark cloud, Red.
But
Dark cloud can't be.
but this
Can't
is
be
part of the,
completely avoided
but
though.
nobody at the club operates in isolation from the rest of it. You know what I mean? So it's
No,
hard.
100% agree.
It's hard to do that. But I think purely on performance, he would deserve another shot. You know what I mean? And if it is what it seems to be, here's going to be the test. This upcoming season is going to be really what I would judge Danny on, right? Because based off of what Alex said, or I should say based off of what Alex seemed to allude to, which I think was pretty clear, as clear as it can be without specifically saying that we are hiring a sporting director that wants to be in a line that should be in a line with what Danny's vision is for the club moving forward, right? I don't think that specifically came out. Maybe I missed that part. But that means that whoever's being brought on board as a sporting director would align with his vision, and I think that you can objectively judge him based off of his performance and his vision moving forward on the pitch on our performance coming up this season. So yeah, I would give him
And
one
that
more
is
season.
absolutely
agree.
the standard. That is the
Yeah.
standard. You're the big boss now, or it appears so. So
With
all the
yeah.
responsibility falls on you now.
You got what you wanted. No.
With one caveat, I would say with one caveat, if Ben Morris is injured again for the entire year, I think we just have to give him a pass because without Ben,
Look at this. Look at
If
this.
Ben Morris is injured
Look.
another year, he should
Well,
be the
but-
sporting director then.
and
I'm just
speak,
saying there are other double D's that I have more confidence in.
fair.
well, and
I have to
and
say
I will
that's
say
fair.
say this, people, just to amplify what some other folks have already said. Judging Danny based off of the performance of the squad this year, there were a lot of transitional factors, right? There were a lot of unexpected factors. We did, like you said, with Ben, with Stevie. Stevie was a big
Reese.
hit,
Why
right?
does
Stevie
everybody
was a-
keep
he's a big
forgetting
hit.
about Reese? He broke his
Well,
fucking
I'm not
leg.
done because
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
done
it's-
talking.
It was a big loss. It was a big
Oh,
loss.
No, Reese. There were a lot. Connor, right? Connor is not
Is
like
Reese
a
still
big,
alive?
What?
Is he
Right?
still alive?
Right?
There were
Like,
a lot.
we,
I don't know.
everyone
I'm
just
asking.
forgot Reese.
Let Red
There,
finish.
there were, but there were a lot of steady fixtures, right? Like it could be argued that Connor isn't the guy that you bring into the game or in the starting 11 that is
Oh,
has.
100%.
I shouldn't say. Not, I'm not going to say he's not capable of it, but he hasn't shown since we've been to the USL Championship that he's a game changer. But he's a steady force, right? He's a steady force, and he was able to be brought on in the game for a very specific reason that worked very well for us when we had less resources. And so
yeah.
there were a lot of that going on. I don't know that. I think that there are more factors that are outside of strategy and tactics that impacted our ability to perform at the level that we could have this year. Because I do think that this was the best squad skillfully, right, that we've had since we've been in the USL Championship by far.
Look, if Darren Smith's wife hadn't had a baby mid-season and he wasn't sleep deprived, maybe he would have kept scoring goals. Like, come on. There is definitely a lot of factors. But
Yeah.
at this
Well,
point,
I mean, I think everyone's eyes are wide open right now. So
yeah.
it's like we'll be able to see if something is going wrong, and you can point to where that needs to be answered for.
March 14th is
Jaime.
going to be here sooner than you know it, folks. Bundle the fuck
Mhm.
up.
Jaime, you
Yes,
gotta go
yes.
now. You gotta go. Your perspective on this.
Oh, I look, we're moving on. My perspective has been summed up in all of these wonderful perspectives already. We're going to talk about the squad. We've got some big announcements, big time
Absolutely.
signings.
Should I drop my question in before we go to new incomings?
Oh, Garrett's got a question. All right, we're already at 1 hour, bro. So
Well, this is something I mentioned with Spence and Adam at the beginning of November after the Pittsburgh loss, before Steve's announced retirement became official. When it was like the feeling that he was going to retire. Danny Dicchio is now locked in. A lot of new coming. Who gets the armband mainly?
Devin.
it's gotta be Devin, right?
Devin.
One would think Devin.
Or
Uh-oh.
Jaseel.
I would not be surprised, seeming that this guy seems to be a Danny Dicchio type guy. Michael Bryant may be getting the armband.
Can I get a refund on my season tickets? That's my question.
Listen, as a recipient of the Allen Award for the biggest unchecked ego, I think Michael Bryant is a very fair candidate for captain. I don't know if you've got anything to base this on. Like, Devin wore it all this year when Stevie was out, except for when Devin was out, and then I think it did go to Michael Bryant.
Yeah,
Michael was the
I-
first one of the two to get the captain, though, in the Open Cup.
What's that now?
Michael was the first of the two to get the captain in the Open Cup. Michael captained the first half, Devin captained the second half.
The Open
Alright,
Cup's a fucking
I'm
sham.
not. I don't know
Long
that
live
there's
the
much.
Open Cup.
I think we're reading a little bit into the tea leaves there, maybe. I don't
It's-
know.
it's
If
gotta
I
be
would have a
Devin.
choice, I'd say Devin, but I also would, but
Gotta
I
be.
would not be
I would
surprised if it's
too,
Mike.
but like in terms of longevity with the club, they're both the same in terms of number of appearances, like I think probably Michael's got more. Um I don't know. It to me it's without being the biggest Michael Bryant fan, I wouldn't be like personally offended if he's the captain. Like
Yeah,
it's really about the guys in the squad and how the players respond to him as a
Right.
leader more than anything. And I mean, I would vote for Devin, but again, I don't. I mean, I'm not there training with him every day, so I don't really know, what the vibes are personally.
We already know Jam's stance. Jam's stance is similar to Jaime's stance when we talk about some other announcements.
Jam would nominate Ryan Williams to be captain.
After Devin, yeah.
Second captain.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Well,
That's
We'll put
like
all-
completely
well-
biased and not based on anything besides him being the most handsome man on the team.
But
I
We'll
will
put all
admit
of
It's a
our
fair
suggestions.
criteria.
Here's a
if
although
I were in charge, that's how I would pick it.
Well, motion
Kevin
motion to
Opus.
get Jam in charge, please.
There you go.
Reasons
Come on.
why
Yeah.
I'm still unemployed
director
and
job,
just on this
wide open.
podcast.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
based off of what the words that Alex had to say about Ryan and his impact among the players, if we sign him back early and it's not one of these, late edition kind of things again, in a typical journeyman fashion, Ryan wouldn't be a bad pick, because of his temperament, his demeanor, his experience.
right.
I personally, I mean, I would roll with whatever. I think you're right, Jaime. At the end of the day, it's about who can mobilize the players. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, from the outside in, I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't be too comfortable with Mikey in that role.
I much prefer when the players choose the captain.
That's a
Yeah,
that's a good
I'm for
point.
that.
That's another
that
one.
is
That's
that
a
is.
good one.
I mean, it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes, like managers will defer to the players and take their choices into consideration. And sometimes you get the wrong guy, even though he's popular. Kyle Walker comes to mind at Man City. That was a mess. So, yeah, there's some candidates, and I think there's some likely candidates, and then maybe some less likely candidates. And I think where this team is with the new guys coming in, it should be a veteran player, like who has been around for a while and kind of knows how things work. So you have a few different players to choose from there.
All right, Jaime, you ready
All
to
right.
dive in?
We were moving into the signings. It's been fast and furious. We have obviously the official news of Juve returning. We have Aiden Stanley being announced a couple days ago. And then today, the big bombshell, Alex Dalu, local lad.
Not on anybody's radar chart, by the way. Well, I'm going to
Except
say
for
that
Juice.
right now.
Except for
Except-
Juice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Juice
you-
has been advocating for Dalu for years, and I agree. Like, it is weird. He's a really good player, and he's obviously from here. And it just seemed like even like
He was a
and-
wish list guy. He was a wish list guy for all of us. let
Yeah,
alone
it just
the
seems
fact
like
that
it was low hanging fruit. Like we should have been able to make this deal happen a while ago. But
True, but
I
like
digress.
also kind of exciting. Like not only like local boy done good, but like we just snagged a player from one of the teams that was in the fucking championship.
Yeah, totally.
Right.
Yeah.
His brother, thanks to Jam for reminding me, Andrew played for the club in like 2016, 2017.
So yeah,
Um,
connection there.
By the way, let's give a shout out to Soccer Night in Detroit for their Instagram post for getting Alex, not having Alex the loose face. Quality graphic work, folks.
listen.
Fuck
It's
you
not
for
easy.
even mentioning that name on this podcast, Garrett.
I just
I
felt
just
like,
like to say
there's some
sometimes when you're excited and you've got a lot of euphoria and you're beaming
I know where you
with
fucking
joy,
live,
Social
Garrett.
media is hard, Garrett.
like the cropping process can get a little bit tricky. So I just
bro. I've been living in
They don't all need to have
MSP.
heads. Okay, they
and
score
then
with their heads, so they should have a head.
and then the
Okay.
last one announced a double signing day. Rio Hope, whatever his last name is we. I think if we re-sign Kobe, we're gonna win the Allen Award next year for the most hyphenated surnames.
Um,
Write it down.
I do also want to give a shout out to Dennis because Dennis helped me out greatly in the chat today.
Ooh.
Because Red made mention of Rio sounding like a WWE, like he would be somebody in WWE. So I that went to music. His name is Rio, and he plays at center back. And then Dennis jumped in. They call him Rio as they're dancing in the stands. If y'all don't know what I'm fucking talking about, go check out Duran
Totally know,
Duran.
and I love it.
Nobody has any idea,
I'm a
but we're
huge
gonna check it out.
Durrani.
But
Yeah, so Rio Hope Gund announced today, previously with Rhode Island, previously with.
Where's the other guy from Rhode Island, though?
There's no
Oh,
other
yeah,
guys
do we-
from Rhode Island, Jam. Let's just be clear about that.
let's just say if there's another potential coming in from Rhode Island that you might have seen in City, folks, Jaime will shred his season ticket live on air, folks.
I'm
Live on
looking
air. I don't have
forward
I
to.
don't have a physical season
I was
ticket
gonna
anymore,
say,
but
I just want to
will.
know
So
where
you
he's
gotta
gonna
break-
get this physical ticket.
I'm gonna have my
he's gotta break his
daughter.
phone.
We'll draw a
I'm gonna have my
ticket
daughter
and
draw
tear
a
it up.
picture of a ticket, and then I'll rip it up very furiously.
So I'm looking forward to getting the tea from the former Rhode Island player
Yeah.
about the locker room.
All right, so obviously we got all these dudes now. I mean, it's obviously still early days. We still need a lot of players, in my opinion. Particularly center back, we are quite thin still.
Center back's the new striker.
Center back is the new striker. But yeah, what's the vibes? Anyone have a favorite signing? Obviously, everyone's favorite is Dalu, but if you've got another favorite signing,
I
Feel
mean,
free to
I'm
chime
gonna
in.
be honest. Like, I don't know shit about these other guys.
These guys.
I will
Like,
say so.
I think I literally dropped in our chat today. Like, who the fuck is this guy?
What you have not done a
fully
deep
aware
dive on?
To which I
knowledgeable.
say his name is Rio and he plays at center back.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
not knowledgeable enough on this subject to
As
have formed
anyone-
an opinion yet.
Has anyone actually seen this Rio guy play? Because he's listed variously as center back and right back, and he is a little bit short, which made me think maybe he's a right back. But
I
don't
defer to people like Juice, and Juice was pretty excited. At
Yeah,
least for
like
one
if
of them.
Juice is happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, for sure, because he will know these players.
shout
and
out to Juice.
I'm
Love you,
interested to
dude.
see if we do go with, like, are we going to go with a one center back? So because Devin and Mikey are the only two that are returning now in the back. I'm interested to see if they're gonna both stay, left back and right back,
Yeah.
left and right center back, and
Well, it seems like we
I-
did play a lot of like 3 in the back and 5 on defense, formations. So
Yeah, I mean, assuming that they're not
that's
changing.
pretty likely. Yeah.
Yeah, assuming they're not changing.
So how does this work? Does one of the new guys come in, or does if it's Mikey or Devin that's shifting into the center?
Yeah, one of the
I
two.
mean,
feel
when Carroll was out, Bryant shifted to the middle quite
yeah,
quite
he did,
often.
didn't he?
So
Yeah.
I mean, that could be the plan. I don't know.
I would be more comfortable with that.
I think the thing for me in particular the move that the incoming that I'm intrigued by potentially, and this is a health problem that I'm concerned about because
Yeah.
the tried, tested, and true method of Detroit City signing somebody with a gone ACL has
Yep.
continued once again.
Yep.
But Darren Smith,
They
for
should sign
example,
me.
yeah, Darren Smith, for example, seems to be somebody when he is out of the attackers that we have up top, the one least likely to score based off of his own chances. He needs service in the box. Aiden
Correct.
Absolutely.
Stanley, Aiden Stanley, when healthy, from that indie team in 2024, thrived on balls coming in from the
Yep.
wings. 9 assists in 2024,
Yep.
left footer. We haven't had somebody consistently pump in. Even with Alex Villanueva, the profile that he has, Declan Wynn was probably the last guy consistently in and out, pumping balls in the left flank.
Oh,
Other than,
100%.
and I think that if Aiden Stanley's able to do that, Jam's just having a field day because it's Christmas morning for her right now.
I'm
Me talking
sorry.
about
All
whipping
I
balls
heard
in.
was pumping balls in and out, and
Yep.
That's
There's
going straight in, that's
mistletoe.
going straight to the promos.
There's
You have to ask your
mistletoe.
parents.
There's simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
But I think Garrett brings up, I think your point is well taken, right? Like I think as much as I liked Villanueva, like kind of his style of play, he just didn't have a lot of end product. Like I
Yeah,
think he had like one assist this year and like maybe one last year. Like not
a
not
great
what
Really
you,
a great
struggled.
goal against
Yeah.
Birmingham, but yeah, that was
great
it.
goal for sure, but like not overall, not what you need from a wingback in the system that we play. And
Yes, if it's Yamazaki on the right and Stanley on the left, and you're putting balls into Ates and Darren Smith, that does create a new option.
I think so. Or, if Reese is fully
Reese.
healthy, we don't want to forget about Reese.
Yeah,
Um, but I mean, the knee is a big. The knee is a big question mark. People recover variously from these ACL injuries. Um, Ben Morris is like on his seventh ACL surgery. You know what I mean? Like it's not a guarantee that you come back 100%. I think you are at a higher risk for repeat injuries.
and that
Um,
is when you play on a normal turf field.
even on grass, like
Mhm.
those things are true. And then like how did you call the turf keyword earlier, Garrett?
So Hy-Vee talked about in our chat talked about shit turf, and I said you referring to Keyworth as shit turf is disrespectful to shit turf.
Right. And we meant that in the most
True.
positive way possible.
It's true.
But
Yeah, it's a mess.
it is a mess.
It
was
has
nice,
it has
like
shortened
the first
careers,
year we had it, and then
unfortunately.
it's just been a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that stuff doesn't last near as long as what they say it will, and
No.
it's worn out. Worn
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Big time.
But
All right. Go ahead,
it's-
Garrett.
I was gonna say though, I mean, Otis, I'm really happy. I mean, I'm really happy to see Otis get over the line.
Oh yeah.
I know that it was the situation created. I think also seemed like it hindered based off. I know that when I think Adam was trying to get like chats at the end of the games in the final little bit, like this was a holdup. We didn't know if we'd be able to get it done. Obviously, Lexington has splashed out in other directions with the big Aaron Malloy move, but I think Otis really clicked on well with sitting near the end of the year. And if he can get game in, game out, he's a bit of flash player that we hadn't had in a long time.
How many goals did he score this year? 5 in the league? Is that right?
Something
5 or
like-
6, something like
Yeah.
that. But he only really was in the team from like about halfway through the year to the end, right? So if you can extrapolate that out to a full season of him being a starter and getting getting significant minutes, like he could even. I mean, I think he's got
We
a higher
always
ceiling.
looked more dangerous when he was on the pitch.
100%. Yeah.
When he came in, it's like it turned the dial up
because he can take
And-
people on one.
Yes.
and he's so fast, so it's just
Yeah.
like,
Man.
and he can finish.
yeah, that's the last piece.
Creating something out of nothing. You know what I mean? We've missed that. You know what I mean? Even with us talking about the legend, Sean Claude Lawson, right? He was a really good poacher. You know what I mean? But like,
Yes.
but Sean couldn't necessarily with the ball at his feet one on one that I remember created a whole lot of well, I don't, I should let me say this. It's not
He
it's
did.
kind of it's apples and oranges, right?
Sean was in
Because
the
It
right place
is.
at the right time. You give him a
yeah.
quarter of an you give him a quarter of an inch of space and a ball by him, he can do anything with that on there.
Well,
But
very different levels too,
yeah,
right? Like, so he didn't have the opportunity. You know what I mean? So it's not to say that I shouldn't say that he couldn't, but
right.
Tez showed really quickly with the ball at his foot, he could shake somebody out of their shorts and tuck the ball in the back of the net in the upper 90.
Yeah.
You know, like it was fucking
Just swinging the
beautiful.
ball around from
Shoot
the
from
side.
distance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Any other current roster thoughts? No.
Let's talk.
Perfect.
Do we want to roll into this potentials?
No,
Yes.
because we're
No,
already
we
at like
will
an
not.
hour
We
and
will
20
not.
minutes.
We will
Do
not
it. Do
engage
it.
in
Do
such
it.
rumor mongering, Garrett.
No, we can only
Do it.
have Red or Garrett
Get,
on the podcast at one time,
Hey,
or else
imagine
we're
if
do it.
going
Adam.
into
Ima-
2 hour
Do it, Garrett.
territory.
Do it.
The
Don't let him
last
tell you what to
question.
do.
The last question of the night will be thus: does anyone have a Christmas wish that they'd like to share with the world tonight? And I'm looking at the twinkle in Alan's eye, and I feel like he has
that
a
sweater,
word.
that sweater's just gleaming.
Yeah, a word
This
of Christmas
I'm full of the Christmas spirit,
blessing.
which I think is spiced wine, if I'm not mistaken.
Mulled
Uh,
wine.
yes, it's super good. I guess this is where we say hello to Dennis, our who's missing, who's wandering around Chicago by himself, singing Christmas carols, frightening the neighbors.
Is he singing it in Gaelic?
I was gonna say,
Uh,
are the
no
Irish
one can
carols the
tell
same
what
as the
language
carols
he's
that we have
speaking
in
at
America?
this point. And we want to see you soon. Best wishes. Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas, like they say over there, which is just
Across the
weird.
pond.
Yes. That's it for me. Everyone else can go to hell.
That's the most angry. That is the angriest Allen statement I think we've ever had on any of these
That caught me
episodes.
off guard. I thought we were warming up here. Red, a Christmas any Christmas tidings you'd like to bestow upon the podcast?
Well, I just want to say that I'm going to put the blessing on one particular player that we signed. I want to wish Alex the best experience here at Detroit City FC.
We hope you get
Um,
your rest of your head back.
yes, I
It's on
hope
order.
that. Yes, I just hope that no. I no, but on a serious note related to that though, I guess my Christmas wish goes to all of the new players that are coming into the club. Um, I wish y'all nothing but the best. Welcome to Detroit City. Um, look forward to experiencing something very special with this club. All of those that are here, the five of us, years and years and years and years of support in total. I think between the five of us, 50, 60 years of support for this club. People who are truly dedicated to this club. And you're going to be a benefactor of that. When players come into this club, we embrace you, and I hope that you are able to generate some fuel from what we're going to be able to put out there, on match day, but also prior to that and talking you up. I wish you nothing but the best. Good luck in training. Hope you're relaxing and enjoying your time with your family and your friends during this, I assume, winter break at this point in time. But
Yeah,
once
but
you,
not too much relaxing. Those boys got to get out
right,
there and run and not eat too many Christmas cookies. Dang it!
That's right.
right, exactly. But yeah, welcome to Detroit, and I wish you nothing but the best here in the season. We do hold high expectations, but I trust that at least what was alluded to at the owners meeting is that we continue to recruit players of good character, and you know, um, it says a lot. It says a lot. So welcome to Detroit. Wish y'all nothing but the best.
So
Jam,
I'm
This is the
gonna
moment
send.
we've been waiting for. Jam's Christmas uh electronic, no, not electronic. Vocal Christmas card. Is that a
I
thing?
would actually like to send my best Christmas wishes. I have a good one out to every single person who made the NGS Freedom House gift drive a
Mm,
massive fucking success.
shout outs.
We were able to get all the gifts that we committed to give to the residents at Freedom House this year. So whether you just shared a post or purchased gifts or came and showed up the other night and wrapped said gifts, the work that Freedom House does for refugee and other populations in Detroit is fucking incredible. I mean, between providing housing and job opportunities and literally everything these people need
Yeah.
who are generally new in this country and have nothing, to be able to provide those folks a little bit of holiday comfort and just nice little gifts to feel a little more welcome. It seems like a small thing, but I think it's really important. So thank you so much to everybody who made that happen. You guys are the best. We've got some stuff coming up soon. If anybody wants to join a polar plunge team, hit me up. Don't be a little bitch. And apologies to whoever ends up with my fingernail in their NGS Christmas package.
I feel like that's a story, Jam.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Fucking shout out to those folks too. Like, I'm not even a merch person, I just help where I'm needed. And these merch folks have been busting their asses, not only making merch, but packing and shipping orders and making sure that everybody has their stuff out. 100% was packing orders, like our last few orders to get shipped out today. Realized that a middle fingernail was no longer on said finger. Could
Your
be on the floor of
fingernails
the
and new
Russell Industrial
mistletoe.
Center. Could be in your package. If you get it, let me know. Maybe I'll send you a special
It's
prize.
like a king cake where you have the little baby Jesus. If you find the
Yes.
Yeah.
fingernail, you're going to have a year of good luck.
Yep. 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 Yep.
I love you all.
No,
Garrett. Oh,
NGS
go.
cares
Yes.
that that is where the rubber meets the road, and it's like we could talk shit all day long, but they're the ones out in the community doing stuff. So
Yeah.
I can't say enough for the folks that working on this stuff. It's
We
really
appreciate
great,
you.
really really great stuff.
Yeah. All right, Garrett. I know you've got some Yuletide in you.
Two part. So, well, two things here. We'll start off with club related, club supporters related, and that is May the on the field, whether it's women's indoor, which home opener in 2 weeks from Saturday, January
January
3rd.
3rd. Let's go.
Um, Already beat up on a poor Youngstown side 17-2 last week, so already rolling vibing on there, whether it's that or the men's team or even the women's team that'll take the outdoor field. Um, Success, joy to anyone that puts on the shirt. Red mentioned it. Welcome. This is we are a very passionate group of assholes. Um, and I say this with love because we speak our minds. Sometimes people don't like when we speak our minds, but it's from a good place. It's from a point of caring. It's from a point of passion. It's to see this club as how we've seen it over the years and continue in the way. So, with that being said, look forward to all that you can do. Enjoy this time that you have in here. Make the most out of it. So, and I hope all the supporters can see more joys related to on the field successes. Now, off the field, holiday season coming up. To anyone here, and not whether it's in here or anyone around there that has a holiday season of a difficult time. Those that are grieving, those that are mourning, those that are suffering, and I'll put myself in that community right now. We're with you. We see you. We feel you. We're there for you, one day at a time. Those that may not be here, the memories of them are still with you. Love you, Mom. Miss you, and all that have gone before us.
You're here.
I'd just like to close by saying
That
that
we didn't have to wear pants.
we did. This is a very out of context comment from our dear Red. I believe all have been commissioned to wear pants on all episodes of this podcast. Allegedly. I would like to just say that I'm wearing pants, and I hope you're wearing pants. And if anyone's got a good source for Christmas pants, let us know, because we're look at this. It's a festive group, but what makes a festive group even more festive is Christmas pants. So
Absolutely.
send us
This
Yeah.
fucking pod, this pod has changed, and I fucking quit.
No pants.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
It was
He's just gone to get his pants. He's just gone to get his pants.
Red, get your pants. Red, get your pants.
I don't think you can top Red, a bottomless Red. So, thanks for
Go
listening.
from there.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah,
Kwanzaa, don't forget
Happy
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa. Yes,
Kwanzaa.
sorry, Happy Kwanzaa.
May
Also, congratulations to Atez Juf, who got married recently.
Yep.
Don't have a baby mid-season, bro.
Oh, hey, Red's back.
Without pants still.
Hey, Crustache boy, how you fucking doing? It's great.
Thanks so much for checking out the latest episode of Channel 451 Tunnel Talk. For more of these type of episodes, go to Detroit.themajorsports.com and look under Channel 451, where you can check out all of our prior episodes. Additionally, they are also on YouTube, whether the Majors TV YouTube channel or Channel 451. Be sure to like and subscribe both. Additionally, you can find the Majors Detroit on social media at TMSNX Detroit on Twitter and Instagram, and TMSNXDetroit.bsky.social, and the Majors Detroit on Facebook. You can find Channel 451 at 451DET on Twitter and 451DET.bsky.social on Blue Sky. Be sure to, if you check out any of us in audio form, you can find us wherever you check out your podcast. Be sure to not only like and subscribe, but leave a 5-star review. It goes a long way towards helping out all of us here, not only at the Majors Detroit, but the Channel 451 Tunnel Talk crew. Thanks again for checking this out. Until next time, catch you later. Call.
They know our motherfucking name. Many seniors, many players, even multiple leagues. Supporters built a kingdom that provided your needs. We set a high bar and we hope you exceed. The season you just did, time to roll up your sleeves. Grab a protein drink, I got your protein bars. I get silly with the syllables, I make them see stars. And that crest on your chest, don't forget that it's ours. The blessings of this club, man, we work so hard. Put up money for the team when Corona took our steam. Grieving legends as they leave, capture pictures of scenes. Providing you a stage you desired as teams. But accountability don't seem to be in your dreams. Look, I hope it was a joke, just a playful little poke. Cause if you in your feelings, happy healing, hope you cope. The faithful pop and smoke, make our enemy choke. Earned our right to speak our mind, let humility soak. If you need a couple haters just to help you excel, it might be that your protein bars aren't working too well. Cranky to bed, bitch, I'll dig up your trash. Watch your mouth with supporters over shaving your stash. Yeah, it's cranky.